afternoon, students. The last topic of this chapter, unit and dimension, that is your error. First of all, we will know about error. What is error? Just I have written. The uncertainty in a measurement is called error. Actually, it is the difference between the measured value and the true value of a given physical quantity. That was your error. Now it is divided into 4 parts. Number 1, that is constant error. Second one is systematic error. Systematic errors, it is divided into 3 parts. First is your instrumental errors. Second one is personal error, and third one is due to external sources, and that was the part of the systematic error. And third one, that is your gross error, and fourth is random errors. After doing all these, then we will know mainly the question is asked from this question: absolute error, relative error, percentage error. Mainly the question is asked in the examination from this one, but it is our duty to explain each and every part. So first of all, error. You all will note down the uncertainty in a measurement, that is called error, and it is the difference between the measured value and the true value of a physical quantity. That was the definition of error. Now, number 1, that is your constant errors. The term is constant. You all are familiar about constant. So the definition of constant errors: if the same error is repeated every time, if the same error is repeated every time in a series of observations, the error is said to be constant error. Okay. Now, another is your systematic errors. So, systematic error, you all can write the actual definition of systematic errors. That is, those errors which occur according to a certain pattern or system, that is your systematic error. This was your systematic error. Now, this systematic error is divided into 3 parts. So, I will explain one by one about instrumental error, personal error, and third one, that is due to external sources. Systematic error is divided into 3 parts. Just I have written here. Very first part, that is your instrumental errors. Instrumental errors, the error committed by a person by the help of instrument. Just all measurements are carried out with the help of instrument. Without instrument, we can't observe the value. As for example, this apparatus is a screw, slide calipers. It is slide caliper or vernier caliper. Its name is slide caliper because there is sliding process. We can slide it. That is why it is called slide caliper or vernier caliper. You can watch, there is a scale. Here last end is 15 centimeter. Every centimeter is divided into 10 parts. you all should concentrate upon the apparatus. This apparatus you can watch clearly. Here the background is black, so it will be visible, and this is your vernier caliper. The last end is at 15 centimeter. So the length up to 15 centimeter. Every centimeter is divided into 10 small divisions. You can watch anyone. 10 small division of the main scale is equal to 1 centimeter. So 1 small division of the main scale will be 1 by 10 centimeter. In other way, 10 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter. So 1 small division of the main scale, that is your pitch. So the value of pitch will be just 1/10 of a centimeter. That can be written as 0.1 centimeter. Okay, that is another instrument before you, that is a spherometer. Now this spherometer you can watch here. It is main scale and this is circular scale. It rotates. Where the fault may occur? By losing this. Error may be committed on this scale by moving this one. Then just this is the apparatus in which 0 is located at the midpoint and 10 is written upward, whereas 10 divisions are at downwards. In every apparatus 0 is a starting point, but especially in this case 0 is located at midpoint. Why? We can observe whenever the depth can be observed, it will be below 0, and in case of height the level will be above 0. Now a closer look. You can watch the closer look of the apparatus spherometer. In this apparatus, this is your circular scale and this is your main scale, where the error will be committed from which side. Actually it is instrumental error. Error may arise due to losing it by moving. This experiment will be performed several times up to several years. There may be error. That will be your instrumental error. By the help of this, we will study later on in experiment to determine the radius of curvature, so and so. Third apparatus means third instrument I am using. This instrument is a screw gauge. It is based on this one. By the help of a screw gauge, we will determine the thickness or diameter. Are you watching it? We can determine its diameter by putting it in this way and it will be tight. The diameter of this can be observed. Taking out this one, you can observe the diameter of other material also. Refill of the pen. Not only that, it is the chalk. What will be there? It is not uniform, but you will study properly in the lab class. Basic idea I am giving to all of you. This is the chalk. You have to put it, okay? You can set it in this way. The diameter of the chalk can be observed by this. There are two types of scale here. One is circular scale and just below it, that is main scale. Actually both are correlated. By the movement of the circular scale we will observe on the main scale. So many divisions. You can watch clearly and look this apparatus. You can observe the closer look of this apparatus, that is your screw gauge. It may be visible to you by closer look. This scale is main scale. This is circular scale which moves on it. Okay. And by putting any material and using this in this way, you may tighten it so that the diameter of this portion can be calculated. It is tight now. The diameter of this chuck can be calculated by looking on the main scale as well as circular scale. Okay, that was the third apparatus. So many apparatus we will study. Of the systematic error, that is your personal errors. The term is personal. You all are familiar about personal, related to a person. Actually, errors in the measurement are due to the individual qualities of the experimenter, not experimenter himself. These errors may arise due to lack of attentiveness, bad sight of the observer. Due to these two causes, the personal error may arise. Third one, that is errors due to external sources. Due to external sources, I am here. External source may be either effect of pressure, temperature, air, etc. The definition of this is these errors are caused due to change in external conditions like pressure, temperature, wind, etc. By the effect of these three, error is due to external sources. That was the third of the systematic errors. Okay. Now, next is your gross error, and last of this will be random error. Next is your gross errors and random errors. Now, come to the gross error. These errors are due to one or more than one of the following reasons. It occurs due to either one or more than one. The points are the improper setting of the instrument, that is your second. First, recording observations wrongly. Recording observations wrongly, either this or improper setting of the instrument. Third one is not maintain precautions. Without maintaining the precaution, the error may arise. And last is your using some wrong value in the calculations by either by one or more than one. That is your gross error. This was gross error. Come to the random error. Random error. The random errors, it has been observed through the experiment that the repeated measurement of a quantity give values which are slightly different from each other. That is your random error. Okay, random error means by the observation through the several experiments we have observed that the repeated measurement of a quantity which gives value the slightly different from each other, that is your random errors. In case of random errors, A1, A2, A3 up to N be the values obtained in the several measurements, then the best possible value of a quantity is given by a mean. A mean it will be A1, first value, second value, third value, we will add up to N divided by N. We can also write it as 1 by N into A1 plus A2 plus A3 dot 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 up to N. So we can write in terms of summation, taking summation, this will be I is equal to 1 to last term, that is N. We can easily observe the value of a mean and we will finally calculate the value of random errors. Absolute error. These are the three: absolute error, relative error and percentage error. Okay, just this one: constant error, systematic error, instrumental error, personal error due to external sources, gross errors and random errors. Just we have seen all these errors. Now we will talk about absolute error. Absolute error. It is the magnitude of the difference between the value of the quantity and the individual measurement value. We accept the arithmetic mean as correct value or true value. So many data will be given and we will calculate the arithmetic mean, and that will be taken into consideration as true value or correct value. In the experiment, A1, A2, A3, these are the observations. The absolute errors in our measurements are given by del A1. This is A mean minus A1. These are the data. Suppose first is A1, A2, A3 up to AN. We will calculate the mean by adding all by total numbers. A mean will be calculated and the difference of the mean and of the value A1. This is your del A1. This is the formula, A mean minus A1. In all the cases, del A2, A mean minus A2, del A3, A mean minus A3, and so on. You can write in last term, that is del AN is equal to A mean minus last term, that is AN. The final absolute error, actually we have to calculate this one. This is the formula. Final absolute error. It is the magnitude of the difference. Are you watching difference? Magnitude of this. We have written magnitude. Its value will be always positive. But in these cases, it might be positive or negative. but its magnitude will be always positive. So final absolute error, this equal to magnitude of del A1, magnitude of del A2, magnitude of this all the terms divided by total numbers, and mathematically we can write using the proper sign of summation. 1 by n is here, summation of magnitude of del Ai, where the value of I starts from 1 to n. So the final absolute error, this is your formula. By using this formula, we can calculate the absolute error. So many examples. Number 1, any data is given. Suppose any number is, as for example, 2, 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 5.8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In your data, 6 numbers are given. This. We can easily calculate the mean of this number. This plus this, all divided by total number is 6. So you will add this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this divided by 6. You will get a value, and that value will give the mean of the given value. That will be a mean. Okay, a mean. You can calculate what is A1 in this data. This is 2. So in case of absolute error, del A1, this is the difference of the mean value and the given value. Suppose, what will be the mean of this? We can add 2 plus 3, 5 plus 3, 8 plus 4, 12 plus 5, 17 plus 5, 22 point, this will be 13. Your result will be 23, 24, 23.3. It will be 23. You can calculate 23.3. This whole divided by how much? 6. Number of 6. You can divide it. 6, 3 jar. Approximately 4. But actual result will be 6, 3 jar 18, 5, 53, 6, 8 jar 48, 5, 50, 6, 8 jar this one. It might be 3.8. So you can calculate del A1 means 3.8 minus this value. What will be the result? 3.88 minus 2, that will be 1.88. You can calculate this one, this one, this one. In which case you will get this result will be negative if that value will be more than mean value. Are you watching here? This. In all the 3 cases, this is your code. So A del A4 will be this minus 4th value 4. Your result will be minus 0.12. Its value will be negative. But in case of absolute error, you will write the magnitude of this plus this all divided by the number. So we can easily calculate by applying this formula. In the next class, we will study in detail about relative error and percentage error with so many numericals. Okay.